Hey there, I am Sharon Holmes, and welcome to the She Shines podcast, where our goal is always to empower you to embrace every facet of who you are, to help you to develop a beautiful balance for your life, and above all, to encourage women everywhere to shine, honey. Now, before we get into today's show, I'm going to ask you once again to take a moment and click that subscribe button. If you're listening on iTunes, Google Play Music, YouTube, or Spotify, definitely click that subscribe button so you get all of the updates on the upcoming episodes. Honey, you don't want to miss a thing. Today we are getting ready. We're getting ready to start a new year. I cannot believe how fast this year has gone. I mean, it's like somebody put turbo boost on this year, and we were in January a little bit ago, and now it's like already at the end of the year. But I am already getting in gear for my new year. I usually at the end of the year, when everybody else is kind of winding down, I am the one who is ramping up, because I'm getting ready for what I want to happen in my new year. I really don't have time for vacationing. I do get some time off of school, some time off of work, and that is awesome because then that lets me put time into myself and what I want to see happen in my upcoming year. So I am already cleaning and polishing my glasses, child. Now, I'm not talking about drinking glasses or my eyeglasses, though I do have to do that daily. I'm talking about my vision for myself for the new year. I am cleaning it up. I'm polishing it. I'm getting ready to enact my vision for myself because I realize that everything starts with a vision. If no one could in their mind's eye see an invention, then it never would have been created. Everything starts with a vision. And when I started to kind of think about what I would say to you ladies today, I thought about a movie that I saw many years ago. It was about a lady named Helen Keller. And Helen Keller was blind and she was deaf. What happened was, when she was about 1.5 years, she got sick, viral infection or something like that. But as a result of it, this baby ends up blind and deaf. So if you're blind, I can kind of communicate with you because you can hear what I'm saying, right? Or if you are deaf and you can see, then I can communicate with you because I can do sign language. But this baby's left here 18 or 19 months old. She is deaf and she's blind. And so you can imagine how this impacted her whole world. So she probably knew a few things like how her mom looked, and she probably was used to hearing a few sounds and things like that. But that's an age before you've really developed your language. And so she was already at a huge setback. And so in this movie that I saw, and gosh, it's been, oh my gosh, probably, without dating myself, probably close to 30 years ago that I saw this movie. But what stuck out to me in the movie was that she had this huge fight with her teacher. So they got a personal tutor and they brought the lady into the house to teach her, how to communicate with her family because now she's getting older and they really need to be able to communicate with her so she's not withdrawn or so she's able to be socially interactive. And so they have this teacher to come over and the teacher begins to go over different lessons with her. And because this young lady has not communicated with other people other than being able to somehow motion to them what she desired, whether that be food or whatever, she had a fit, an out and out fit when the teacher tried to get her to fold a dinner napkin. And in this one scene, they are going at it back and forth. They are tussling. They're really into it. And when they get done, you hear dishes crashing. You hear, chairs toppling over, the whole nine. And when they get done, the entire dining room of the house is torn to shreds. It's in shambles. But the dinner napkin is folded and it's laying on the table. And so Helen Keller, I thought when I was growing up that was a made-up story, but I come to find out she was an actual person. She was an author. She was a political activist. She was a lecturer. And then she was also the very first person who was deaf and blind to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree. So big shout out about that. I mean, to be the first, somebody couldn't tell you, you can't do it and you just go ahead and do it. So she actually was a real person, blind and deaf, but she got her Bachelor of Arts degree and she died somewhere back in the 60s. I was really trying to find the movie title so I could tell you ladies the movie title and go back and watch it again myself. I couldn't find the movie title, but I did find an awesome quote from her. She said that the most pathetic person in the world is someone who has sight but no vision. So here you have a blind lady saying, hey, I might have a disability or a different type of ability, but that's not really what's sad. Don't pity me. What's really pitiful is when you can see, but you have no vision. She understood that you do not need to be able to see to have a vision. You have to be able to simply see it in your mind. And you have to do that first before you'll ever see anything in person. And before you'll ever be able to move forward, you have to see what you want in your mind. Why? Because whatever you see is what you'll move toward. I like to think about it like this. Have you ever been on, especially when you're a new driver, can you remember back to when you first started driving a car and you were trying to pay attention to everything on the street and you were trying to make sure that you were within the lines of the lane and all of that. And when you started to drive, if you focused too much on the line to your right or the line to your left, your car would automatically start to veer toward it, pull toward it. That's because whatever you are looking at, that's what you will move toward. So I want to know, have you ever taken the time to seriously think about what your vision is? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever just sat down in the quiet of your home, in the quiet of your room or your office, and thought about what your vision will be for your life? So there's this guy named Tony Gaskins, and he wrote a book called The Dream Chaser. And he said, if you do not build your dream, someone will hire you to help them build theirs. If you do not enact your own vision, if you don't have your own vision for your life, you will be an employee of someone else to make their vision for themselves come true. If you have no vision for yourself, other people will have absolutely no problem fitting you into their vision. We see it every day. If you go out without a plan, if you don't really have a plan for what you want to do, other people, and sometimes we'll even venture to call them pushy, but they'll almost force us to do what they want us to do in order to forward their vision or to move their vision forward and do the things that they want to get accomplished. Why is that? Because we are not busy pushing forward and moving forward in our own. And if you are not, because you won't take a leadership role, then someone else will see you as a follower. And if you don't take initiative and get a vision for your life, then they will try to use you as the supporting cast character to get their vision to be a number one bestseller, get it to be a hit, and they'll go on and have a star on the Walk of Fame while we're waiting and hanging in the background as extras and background actors and actresses. Well, we don't want to do that. It's time now to begin to take ourselves seriously and really get a vision for our lives. So what's your inner vision? Do you have a vision for just your life in general? A vision for your health? I want to be, and I'm not talking about being thin or anything like that. I'm talking about being healthy. I'm talking about not having diabetes, not having hypertension, and the things that we can do that can control that, or that can help to control some of the different things that come against us to challenge our health. Do we have fitness goals? Do we have goals simply for our appearance, like not leaving the house with a bonnet on our head? That really does not work for anybody, ladies. Let me tell you, as a side note, I'm going to throw this in for free. I don't care if the bonnet is yellow and you have on yellow pants. I don't care if you're wearing a green and red bonnet at Christmas time. It is never appropriate to leave home with a bonnet or curlers in your hair. We just don't do that. We shine. We don't do that. We need to have a vision, even for our appearance. Why? Because other people will see us and they will summarize us by what they see. Do we have a vision for our emotional health? Too much stress. Every day, there's something new, there's something different. And we need to begin to have a vision, even for us emotionally. How do we want to be perceived? Do we want to be calm? Or do we always want to be the one who's engulfed in some sort of drama? It begins with a vision. We've got to begin to think about how we want our lives to go and how we want our lives to flow. Do you have a vision for education? Some people do school really well, and you may have a vision to go back to school. Let me tell you, it's never too late. I used to work at a university, and there was a lady who came in at the end of the year, and I had been helping her do some computer work all year long, but she came in at the end of the year, and she thanked me for all of my help, and she let me know that she was graduating from college with her bachelor's degree. Actually, she and her granddaughter were graduating on the same day. She was 72 years old. So it's never too late for you to educate yourself. Whatever it is that you want to do, educate yourself. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to go to a 4-year university or that you have to go and get an associate's degree in everything that you have an interest in. I'm talking as simple as YouTube. Hello. Anything you've ever wanted to learn, you can learn how to do it on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and just type in whatever it is that is your interest, I can guarantee you're going to find videos that are teaching you and training you how to do that thing. But having a vision to educate ourselves in the areas that are important to us is what it'll take to drive us to even pick up the computer and go to YouTube, pick up the laptop and go to YouTube. We won't do it unless we can have a vision for what we want our lives to be, or where we want to see ourselves go, or how we want to educate ourselves. Personal growth is a big thing for me. So for me, I do mentor other young ladies, but it was important to me for me to have a mentor. That's something that I had always desired. And as a part of my personal growth, I definitely have a few ladies that will hold me accountable. They know me well enough to say, you know what, from somebody else, I would accept that, but you can do more. You can do better. They mentor me. They encourage me. They get me in check now. I was talking to a friend probably in the last couple of weeks, and I'm like, you know what? You always know how to get me right, because she will call me right on the carpet like, nope, Sharon, I know you too well for that. Here it is, and here's the truth about it. That's mentorship. That helps me to grow personally. It may not always be what I want to hear. It's what I need to hear in order to have a better vision for myself and to grow personally. And the other thing that I love to do, I love to find workshops. Like, I am so thirsty for workshops. I will find a workshop on probably any subject and just different areas. It doesn't all have to be all geared toward, social services, because that's the field that I'm going to be working in. It can be in any area. I'll go to a workshop about crafting, because that grows me personally. That gives me another avenue that I can go to when I'm feeling stressed. It gives me something else, another skill that I can do to take my mind off of some of the stress that I have. So that's personal growth for me. And that's the vision that I have for myself. And I do add that to my vision board every year. I add in personal growth. I add in spiritual growth. The desire to be closer to God, the desire to be more spiritual, to learn more about my faith, and even some personal things that I want to do in ministry. One thing that was really dear to my heart this year was that I wanted to reach out to some ladies who were currently in the place that I had been. I had been helping to care for my mom who had dementia. And if you've ever reversed roles with your parent, it is not an easy time. And it was a lot of work. And you become so engulfed in taking care of your parent that sometimes you forget to take care of yourself. And so one of the personal ministry things that I wanted to do was I just wanted to reach out to them and let them know, hey, I see you and I understand and I'm here if you need to talk. And so I sent out baskets to them with gift certificates and things that would remind them to pamper themselves, and while they were caring for their parents, not to get so lost in it that they forgot to take care of themselves. So that's just like like kind of an example of my little personal ministry thing that I wanted to do, but yours may be something totally different. It may even be, there's one lady that I know, and she's a member of the podcast group, but I won't say her name, but she does a ministry of greeting cards. She'll send people cards to encourage them. And sometimes it seems like they just come right on time. Like she hasn't talked to you in the last 6 months, but that card shows up just at the time when you need it. So those things are important, and we need to have a vision for doing things like that will feed us spiritually. And then even our businesses, my gosh, can you imagine groping around in the dark in your home with no lights on? That is what happens in business so much of the time because we don't have a vision for our business. There are some people who are entrepreneurs who would do better to work for someone else because entrepreneurship is not a job. It's not a full-time job. It's a 24/7 job. It's all the time until you are at an established place and you're able to step away from it a little bit. And so maybe you don't want to be an entrepreneur. Maybe you want to have a career in whatever field. You've got to have a vision for how you want your business life to look. If you do not, you'll be sitting in the same office, in the same place 5 years from now that you are today, because people with a vision move forward and they ask to be moved forward. If you don't have a vision for yourself, I can guarantee you your boss will let you sit in the same position for 5-10 years, and then they'll hire somebody else from the outside to be your boss. Pretty much. They'll hire somebody else to be your boss because they feel that you are content at the level that you are. But when you have a vision for yourself, even in your own job, I used to take on other responsibilities in my job. I wanted to know how to do other jobs in that office. Why? If somebody's sick, I need to be able to step in. If somebody retires, I want to step in. I want to be able to move forward in whatever career that I'm in. And then if you are an entrepreneur or you're leaning that way, let me just make a distinction because we're talking about vision. And vision is what's going to make you clear on this next point. There's a difference in a sometimes profitable hobby and a real business. There's a difference there. If you have something that you just want to do every now and then, and you may charge what you're worth for it, you may not. You have inconsistent billing, you have inconsistent pricing structure. That's really a hobby. You're going to need to have a vision to kind of hone some of those things. Get a pricing structure together. Really learn what you are worth. Have a vision about what you're really worth. And when you know what you're worth, you will not give yourself away for free. Girl, I'm telling you from experience, when you really take the time to get to know yourself and know what you're worth, even in your business, you will not give yourself away for free. Free and charity are two different things. There are things that I do because I volunteer, because my heart is there. But to do it for free means that the person who is getting it probably really doesn't want or need it, but they will take it because it's free. No, I don't have freeloaders in my life because the vision that I have for myself does not allow space for that. We have to have a financial vision for ourselves. I'm working really, really hard on this one. A vision for the type of income that you want to make. Because when you have a vision for something, it's just not pie in the sky. Oh, well, I want to make $250,000 a year, but I really don't want to get out of bed each day. I really don't want to work. I just want to make $250,000 a year. Well, I heard that Publishers Clearinghouse is going to be doing a new drawing sometime at the end of December. Good luck to you with that one. But for the rest of us, we actually have to have a vision and get up and work if we want to see a certain income level. Even I include in my vision for my financial vision, I include giving and philanthropy. I want to have a vision for the types of charities that I want to give to. My heart just really, really goes out to women who have been abused, women who have children and don't have a way to take care of them. That's really where my heart is. And so when it's time for me to give, I try to find those charities that cater to that demographic, to women who need help, to women who need to be empowered. And there are a couple of them that were really great. And I really, enjoyed I really aligned really with what their vision was, and understanding that even that there's a psychological component, that even happens with that. Well, that's important to me. And so I've included that in my financial vision so that I can give to those causes. And then even my material wants, I have a vision for that too. I have a vision for the next car that I want, all that stuff. I know it takes time to get it, and visions may not happen overnight, but they do happen. And so I have a vision for all of that. There's really nothing that's too small for us to have a vision for, even our relationships with our families and our friends. That's not even too small for us to have a vision for. We need to have a vision for how we want our families to be. Because if we want to build strong families, at the root of the strong family is a strong woman. And I love men. I love my husband. He is awesome. But if I am doing my job as a wife, if I'm doing my job as a woman, then it makes his job a little bit easier, because children are reared really primarily by the mom, by you. Then that means that you have to have a vision as to what you want to see happen in your home. Now, I love my husband. He has a vision for my overall family. But when you step into my house, it is already identifiable without me saying a word that a woman lives here. From the flower that is on the pedestal to the color scheme of the house, you know that a woman lives there, because I add the fragrance to his vision. When he has a vision for what the family will do, then I put that vision into action. When he tells me what his vision is, I'm automatically seeing what my part is in that. Now, that's just how our relationship rolls. I'm not trying to tell you how to do your relationship, but I am saying that you should have a vision for your family, a vision for your friends, the type of people that you hang out with. Birds of a feather, they say, flock together. And so have a vision for the people who are around you. Are the people who are around you always people who are taking from you and never giving to you? If they are, I just have to say that's probably a vision problem on your part. Have vision enough to include and make time for the people in your life who build your life. And then that will help you to cut out some of those people who are only there to take from you. And community activism is really on the rise and is really necessary. Having a vision for your community. Do you want to be involved in activism? Do you want to beautify your neighborhood? Do you want to be like a good friend of mine and work in the community to build parks and have safe places for the children to play? That all comes from vision. That didn't just happen. One day you're walking through Inglewood and then the next 2 months you come back and there's a beautiful park there. Didn't happen overnight, didn't happen without vision. Somebody saw that before they saw that. And then here is my personal favorite, and this is my favorite part of vision. It's the dreams. You have got to have a vision even for your dreams. Now, I know that sounds weird, having a vision for your dreams, but you really do, because this helps you to dream big dreams. If I could do anything, or if I could be anything, if I could change anything, if I could go anywhere, what would I do? Those are big dreams. And I never intend to be caught off guard. You never know. Okay, so one of my big dreams might be that I have a television show or whatever it is. Well, if I have that dream, if I have a vision for that dream, then I'm ready and I have my bags packed and I'm already ready, so that if the opportunity presents itself, I'll be able to take advantage of it. Isn't it a terrible feeling to realize that you missed an opportunity because you didn't see the benefit that it could have been in your life? Well, when you have a vision, even for your dreams, it helps you to be ready, so that when those things come, then you are ready to take advantage of them. And the thing I like about having a vision for my dreams is because these are things that you cannot do on your own. These are really, really huge things that if either God doesn't give you a miracle or if you don't meet somebody rich, vision is always bigger than we are. And if your vision is only what you can afford out of your pocket, if your vision is only what you've ever done in the past, then it's really not vision. Vision is always bigger than us. Vision will force you to take the brakes off yourself. Vision will force you to bust down those walls and take the limits off, because vision is always bigger than us. I know the saying says the sky's the limit, but there is no upper limit to vision. As far as you can think it, as far as you can dream it, as far as you can imagine it, that's how big vision can be. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty creative. And I can come up with some stuff. I can imagine some stuff, baby, that would knock your socks off. And so vision is my vehicle to prepare myself and to get my mind ready, to get my life ready, to get my life in line, so that when these things are ready to come to pass, I'm ready to take advantage of them. So are you ready? Are you ready to do something daring? Are you ready to do something different? There's a saying that says, if you always do what you've always done, then you'll always get what you've always got. That's just the truth. If you are not willing to do anything different, then you're going to be in the same boat in the next year that you were in this year. But if you start now and create a vision for your future, then it puts you in a place that you'll be ready to move forward when the new year comes. And guess what? I really don't even wait for the ball to drop in New York. I am already started on my vision for next year. Do you hear me? Because when you have a vision in front of you, the clock on the wall does not matter. If it is 2 a.m. and I am flowing in my vision, that adrenaline will work me through the next 24 hours if it has to, because my vision is what's going to drive me to accomplish those things that I can see. If I can't see it, I may not be able to achieve it. But if I see it and I want it, I can make up my mind, and baby, I can do it. So if you are ready, if you're ready to start your vision, I want you to come on the Facebook group and let's just talk about vision for a little while. Let's talk about it and let's be about it. What vision do you have for yourself in the upcoming year? Any part of your life that you want to share. If there's a new skill that you want to learn, if there's a new hobby that you want to pick up, I bet there's somebody there that probably already knows how to do it. But hey, just having a vision for yourself. And you know what I was thinking? I was thinking that if you want, we can even do a vision boarding session, whether that be FB Live or if we need to get together in person in the Chicagoland area, we can do that, So stop in the Facebook group and let me know if that's something that you be into, because I'm here to serve the people, If that's something that you want, we can definitely make that happen, because guess why? We're here to help one another grow. And if we have enough ladies that want to work out our visions, hey, we'll get together and we'll make that happen, I promise. So you've been listening to the She Shines podcast, where our goal is always to empower you to embrace every facet of who you are, to help you find that beautiful balance for your life, and above all, to encourage you to shine. So if you are a woman who shines and you want to see others shine too, why don't you share this podcast with them? We're building a community, I'm telling you. So if you haven't done it already, you want to go and join the sisterhood on Facebook. That is facebook.com/groups/She Shines podcast. Get on there, girl. Join in the conversation. Let us know what your vision is for yourself. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are listening on iTunes, Google Play Music, YouTube, or Spotify. Hit that subscribe button and leave me a review so I can get some better ratings. That's a side note, shameless plug. I am your host, Sharon Holmes, and until next time, polish that vision until it shines, girl.